Hello and welcome to today's edition of Made for More. Today, I want to talk about an aspect of time management. We all know that to manage your time is to manage your life. Time is life. And the more we learn how to manage our time, the more productive we become, the better our results in life generally, whether you're looking at managing your work productivity or life productivity in general. Now, we all know that seconds make minutes, minutes make hours, hours make days, and so on and so forth. So what that means is that if you're able to manage each day of your life, if you're able to be productive in each day of your life, if you're able to increase your productivity every day, at the end of the year, right, you would have been able to achieve so much. I want to explain how you can actually make the best of every single day, because this is what you do every day that boils down to how your year ends, right? What you do every day determines what you will have been able to do after a whole year. So I'm going to share some tips now that will help you to make the most of your day, and conversely make the most of your week, the most of your month, and the most of your year. Now, the first thing to understand is that if you allow a day to meet you unprepared, you'll most likely not be productive that day. So the first thing is learning how to plan your day ahead. So at the end of each day, take a moment, take 10 minutes, take 5 minutes to plan the next day. What are the things that I want to achieve tomorrow? What are the things that I need to do tomorrow? What are the things that will make for productivity? So you need to think about it. For me to have a productive tomorrow, what must I do? What tasks must I get done? Now, there's a video on this channel on using the ABCDE method to plan your day. So if you've not watched that video, you can actually go back and watch it so that you can understand how to plan your day effectively. So after planning your day, you go to bed and then you wake up, of course, the next day. You need to have a proper routine, right? How do you start your day? How you start your day goes a long way to determine how the day will turn out. If you start your day with low energies, your day would go, will be sloppy, and you have to drag yourself along the day and all of that. But if you start your day with high energies, you start your day with a high level of focus, you start your day with a high level of expectation, the outcome of that is that you will have enough energy to sustain you through your day and actually do the things that matter to you that day. So the question is, how do I start my day with high energy? Number one, identify the optimum time of your day. Okay, for me, I'm an early morning person. I love to wake up in the morning when other people are still sleeping, and I love to read in the morning. I love to pray in the morning. I love to study my Bible. I love to think about my goals. I love to listen to podcasts. I love to do my exercise in the early hours of the morning. Why? Because this actually charges me for my day. It infuses me with the energy that I need to go through my day. And the discipline of developing a morning routine makes that you are able to follow through with the goals that you set the previous day. If you start your day without any sense of direction and take anything as it comes, at the end of the day, if you sit down to review your day, you will realize that you've not actually achieved so much. Now, it's not in the number of the things that you do in a day, but the quality of what you do in that day that makes the day productive or not. So identify the best hours of your morning where you can actually focus and do carry out activities. It might not be 15 things or 20 things. It might be 2 things. You might be praying and exercising. It might be meditating and reading a book. It might be listening to a podcast, and meditating. So identify those activities that pump you with energy, that pump you with creativity for your day, and then engage in those activities regularly. Now, don't forget that consistency is what makes for change. It is what you do consistently that produces maximum results. So I said the first thing is learn to plan your day ahead. Don't wake up and start thinking, oh, it's another day, what am I going to do today? Make a habit of planning your day ahead. And then secondly, do activities that infuse you with strength, infuse you with positivity, infuse you with energy. in the early hours of your day so that you're starting your day with a kick, and you're not starting your day, sloppy and just making a mess of the rest of the day. And I also said that the way you start your day is actually very important and determines the pace, that you're going to take for that day. Another tip for maximizing your day is actually blocking out chunks of time for productive work. So if you're an entrepreneur or you work in an office, you need to be able to decide what are the 20% activities that will make for 80% of my result today. Let me try to explain that. If you work in an organization, there are things that are expected of you. If you're a salesperson, maybe you have to make sales calls, you have to visit with clients, you have to create you have to create sales scripts, copyrights. Those are your key activities. Replying to emails might be important, but they are not as important as actually having conversations that will lead to selling. Do you understand? So whatever your role is in the organization, or if you own your own business, you need to decide what are those key activities that make for results, right? And then create chunks of time within your day to actually focus on those activities. I call it focused work, and it's something that I am working on a daily basis. 20 minutes of your day, 30 minutes of your day in chunks, 1 hour chunks. You could start with 20-minute chunks if you're not used to that practice, or even 10 minutes chunks or 15-minute chunks of your day where you do focused work. What focused work means is you're not checking social media, you're not checking your emails, you're not responding to phone calls. You are fixed on that particular activity for those 15 minutes, for those 20 minutes, for the 1 hour, for the 2 hours that you're engaging in that activity. So you realize that if you're able to put in time doing focused work, you would do much more work than spending 5 hours at a stretch doing unfocused work. I hope you get the point. Unfocused work is, I'm trying to write a book and then I'm scrolling on social media. I'm not focused. I'm distracted, so I can't even tap into the depth of my creativity. But if I say, okay, this task, I'm going to focus on this task for the next 20 minutes without distractions. My phone is on airplane if I can afford to do that, and I'm just going to get this work done. By the end of 20 minutes, you probably will have covered 20 to 30% of that task, and then you can take on something else and then give it another 20 minutes. Do you see? So focused work is very important if you're going to be able to maximize your time every single day. Then the fourth tip is also creating time for unplanned activities. So for those of us who like to plan and we work with to-do lists, the temptation is to pack so many activities into your day that you're never able to actually hit your goals for the day, right? But understand that, depending on the season of life that you're in, you might have absolute control over your time. You might have shared control, meaning there are other things or other people that place a demand on your time. So you also, in planning your day, have to create chunks of time for those unplanned activities. It could be a 10 minutes break in between major tasks, right? Or a 1 hour break in between your day, because things will come up that you did not plan for, especially if you have shared control over your time. And then the last tip is learn to review your day. Okay, evaluation is very important in planning and in executing tasks, right? So see every day as a new project, a new opportunity to produce results. So at the end of the day, you need to be able to sit down and ask yourself, how did I spend my time today? What did I do? What did I not do? Did I waste time on any activity today? Did I abandon a major activity for a minor activity today? When you do that on a continuous basis, you will be able to identify patterns that might be causing time wastage in your day. You'll also be able to identify what is actually working for you, because what works for Mr. A might not work for Mr. B, right? And then this helps you to review your time spent and plan better for the next day. So I've shared 5 tips today, and I hope that you would look at these tips and identify the ones that you would begin to implement immediately. All right, so thank you for watching, and don't forget that you are made for more.